Right, today we are going to be looking at measures and estimations levels 6 and 7, and here is our first question, and I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to look at these two questions and see how you get on. Here you go. A tip: if you've got 8 over k cubed, you have made a mistake. Right, here we go. Now, if you can't remember the formula for density, the tip is in the units. They always give you the units in the question. We've got kilograms over meters cubed, so that is mass, and that's mass over the volume. Yeah, kilograms is mass, meters cubed is the volume. So we've got a mass of 8 kilograms, and we've got the sides is k. Now, common mistake is to just cube k to get the meter cubed to get the volume. Well, you'll see this is in meters cubed. So if you put 8 over k cubed, you made a mistake. And so therefore you have not allowed for the fact this is centimeters and meters. So if one side is 100k centimeters, if one side is in k, then you need to divide that by 100 to get it into meters, and therefore cube that result to get the length in meters. That gives you k cubed over 1 million. So if we're going to do 8 divided by k cubed over 1 million, then that's equal to 8 times 1 million over k cubed. So that will give you 8 million over k cubed. Now, as we're in centimeters, then this becomes easy. This one, the bottom bit, we're just going to divide by k cubed because it's in centimeters. We're in grams, and 8 kilograms is 8,000 grams. Here. Moving on to this next one. And it's a similar thing with the units. Notice 1 Pascal is 1 Newton per meter squared, and we're looking newtons per centimeter squared. So if we've got 8x pascals in newtons per meter squared, and we're dividing by centimeter squared, then this is going to give us, we're going to be dividing by a volume that's going to be not centimeter squared, sorry, yeah, centimeter squared. We're going to be dividing by an area that's 100 times 100. You convert from centimeters to meters, so we get x over 10,000. 10,000 being 100 times 100. Okay, let's just do one more of these types of questions. And this one should be nice and easy. I'll just give you a quick 30 seconds to have a go at it. Okay, so here we go. We've got a car travels at the speed of 54 kilometers per hours. Write an expression to find distance traveled in meters. So we can see that again. You can use, if you can't remember the formula, we can see that speed is equal to the distance over the time. Use this. That's a speed, and that's equal to a distance over time in t hours. So we have got to work out distance travelled in meters. The distance will equal the speed times the time. Now we're at 54 kilometers per hour for t hours, and we're doing it in meters. So 54 kilometers per hour will be the same as 54,000 meters per hour, and we're doing it for t hours, so times by t. So that's 54,000 t. Right, we're going to move on a bit of bounds and accuracy. This one should be reasonably straightforward, but we'll give you, I think, about a minute to look at this one. Right, so on to this one. Glass has a capacity of 200 millilitres collected in just 10 millilitres. Now on these types of boundary value questions, always reckon that the easiest way to make sure you don't make a mistake is to write down the next number up and the next number down to the degree of accuracy. So it's going up and down every 10. So 210, 190. And your boundary values will be 195. They're always halfway. A lot of students like to put 204.9 recurring here. It's correct, but it just makes it a bit of a hassle for calculations. Use 205, lot easier. It pours exactly 62 millilitres of juice into the glass. What's the minimum capacity? So the minimum capacity that could be left in the glass is going to have this value minus the 62. So take 2 away from the 5, leaves you 3, 6 away from 5, and that leaves 103. Okay, next one. This one I think you can also do in a minute. Have a go. Be careful, truncated means all the digits just get dropped. 7.8 by 8.5, and it's truncated. So basically that 7.8 could go all the way up to 7.9. And you've got 7.8999, whatever those digits would get truncated to 7.8. So we would put our boundary value as 7.9. And for 8.5, our boundary value would be 8.6, because everything below that would be truncated. So this is our boundary value. So this is the limit. It's actually the maximum value. This is the limit. Now, so we've got perimeter. So we've got 2 times 7.9 plus 2 times 8.6. So if we just do a bit of multiplying in our heads out a calculator, that's going to be 14 plus 1.8, that's 15.8. And this is going to be 16 plus 1.2, that's 17.2. If I add the 0.2 onto the 0.8, that gives me 16 plus 17, which is just 33 centimeters. Right, for this one, I'm going to give you a bit longer because a bit more calculation involved. I'll give you 2 minutes to have a go at this one. Right, sorry, I disappeared off the screen for a minute there. So let's do what I suggested earlier. Let's write down the next value up and the next value down. So correct to the nearest 100, we're going to get 11400. Correct to the nearest 100, we're going to get 11200 going down. Our boundary value will be 1250. Our boundary value will be 11350. And you get marks just for working out your boundary values. So it's always a good idea to do this. So our next value up is going to be to nearest, correct to the nearest 10 meters, 150. Boundary value 145. 130. Boundary value 135. So we've got football pitch, that's the area, is equal to length times width, but we want to find the width. The width is going to equal the area over the length. We want the minimum possible width. So if we want width minimum, there's going to be area min over length max to get the minimum possible width that we could possibly have. So the area minimum is this one here, and the length max is this one here. So we will do 11250 over 1 5. Get a calculator. 11250 divided by 145, and we get 77.58, and we have to do nearest decimal place, so it's going to be the 8 is higher than 5, so we round the 5 to 6, so it equals 77.6 meters. Okay, let's move on to something a little bit more tricky. Try and do just the first part of one. I'll give you again a couple of minutes to have a go at that. I'm just working out this one. Onto this one. Okay, so let's go through the same process again. Start off with the 24 kilograms, the nearest kg, and that's going to be 25 is the next one up, so 24.5 is the boundary there, 23 the next one down, so 23.5 the boundary value there. For the mass of each brick, 790 to the nearest 10 grams, so the next one up is 800, so that's 795. Next one down is going to be 780, so the boundary value is there, 785. So we want to find the maximum mass of a fully loaded pallet. So we're going to take the maximum for the pallet, and we're going to take the maximum for mass of each brick. So what we get 24.5. That's kg, noticing kg. And each pallet holds, sorry, not times, add on to that what it holds. So add on to that 1500 bricks. Each brick's maximum is 795, and that's grams, so we have to divide by 1000. Okay, and then what we're going to do is just work that out in our calculator. And what you can see is if you do 1000 into 1500, that's the same as 1.5. So for those of you that are quick on that, you do 24.5 plus 1.5 times 795, or you could just do 1500 times 795 divided by 1000. Doesn't really matter, and that gives you 1217 kilograms. Now the next bit of the question: what is the maximum number of pallets it can carry to be certain it's not overloaded, this lorry? That shouldn't take too long. I'll just give you 60 seconds to do that part. Okay, so let's work that bit out. We've got 127 for our first bit, and we know that the maximum load is 5500 connected to 2SF, so 5500. Next number up to 2SF, 5600. Next one down is 5400. That gives me 5450, and that gives me 5650. Now, if I want to make sure, to be certain it's not overloaded, I want the minimum number of this divided by the maximum. Well, I worked out the maximum there, so that's okay. So the number of pallets is going to equal 5450 divided by 1217. So 5450 divided by the previous answer equals that. Press the SD button, that gives you 4.47. So therefore it will be 4 pallets. Right, one problem to finish off. Now it might be it will pass through the hole, it might be it not pass the hole. If it's not passed through the hole, then you need to work out how many millimeters you need to make the diameter bigger. You go on to My Maths, you'll find every time you do this question it could be one or the other as your answer. I'll just give you 2 minutes to do this one. Okay, so last question, here we go. Just going to scroll a little bit to the... Just going to write down what it is I'm going to use. So, solid gold sphere has a mass of 103 grams. So we've got the mass equals 103. It's not an accuracy question, we're just told the mass. And we know that density equals 119.32 grams per centimeter cubed. Right, I'm just going to allow that to go across and down a bit so I can use that. So now remember, you can use this to remind you of the formula. So that's going to be grams, which is mass, and centimeters cubed volume. So density equals mass over volume. And we want to be able to find the volume of the sphere first. If we're going to pass this through, then we can find the radius. So the volume will equal to the mass divided by the density. If you times by volume, divide by density. So the volume, let's move over here, will equal the mass, which is 103, divided by the density, which is 19.32. Now let's just check we're working all the right units. We've got centimeters for the radius, we've got grams for the mass, and we've got grams per centimeter cubed for the density. So all our units are okay. So we can do 103 divided by 19.32 to give us our volume. Approximately equal to, what was that again? 5.33. Remember to keep all the numbers in your calculator to do the rest of the working. Now that's going to be equal to 4 pi r cubed. I gave you the formula up here. The volume equals 4 thirds. Pi r cubed is equal to 5.33 whatever. So to find r cubed, I'm going to need to times by 3 and then divide by 4. I'm going to times by 3 and then divide by 4. And then I'm also going to divide by pi. Okay, get myself r cubed. So let's get r cubed. So we get our answer. And we do answer times by 3, divide by 4, and divide by pi. And that gives us 1.272. But we want the size of r. So r is equal to cube root of that. So let's just cube root the answer. And we get 1.08. Now, r is obviously going to be halfway across here. 2 times 1.08 is just under 2.2. So yes, it will pass through the hole. The level 8 to 9 will be tomorrow. I think actually I'm going to move these streams to Wednesday afternoons anyway because they suit my timetable. So the 6 to 7 on Wednesday, the 8 to 9 on the same topic, following on the Thursday. Thank you very much.